One. Oh my gosh, are we on? Are we really on? It's Saturday night here at the Modern Eater Studio, Colorado Kitchen. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. We're starting the show differently, and let me tell you why. About 2 weeks ago, I'm in Miami watching the show from the airport. And Brian, you're going to love this one because he's a world traveler. I tune in to watch the show at 6 o'clock, and there's nothing there. And I'm like, did I go to the wrong place? Am I at the wrong website? Is it just a thing that I'm doing wrong? And I realized the first 6 minutes, well, there's nothing here. So this is for you viewers that got in here early. We're going to show you what's coming up. This is going to be, Greg, I'm going to make a prediction. Best show ever. Greg hates when I say that because he feels I'm going to jinx it, but it is. It's going to be the best show ever. And with a lineup like this, no wonder. And this is all about, we're featuring Small Business Week. And believe me, they don't get any smaller than me. So I'm the right person to introduce that. First off, we've got Mario Esparza.
Hello.
What's the name of your company?
The PB Love Company.
That's going to be awesome. And you're doing some... What are you making?
We make premium handcrafted nut butters, peanut butter and almond butter.
This is going to be awesome. Now, I've got my friend Max. Max emailed me. He's like, Richie, I got this peeler, and I thought he meant a girl. Max, tell us just a little bit. What'd you bring?
Sure. Dark Side of the Spoon Industries. We represent Astra Inc. and their line of automated peeling equipment for restaurants and food production. Really excited to show the U.S. in this opening debut.
This is going to be really cool. I watched this thing, and it looks easy enough that even I could do it and not, like, lose a limb. So that's scary. Next up, we have Emily and Danny, correct, from?
And we're from Fermly, which is a quality control lab for breweries.
You know, I was on their website. It's pretty amazing what you're doing. Wait till, let me tell you, if you're a craft brewer, if you just like to drink beer, watch this segment. This is going to be a good one, a real good one. I can see how necessary that is. That's going to be a fun one. Next, we've got Alex and James from
Zymos Brewing.
So
oh, good.
We're a brand new brewery looking to open up in Westminster in about April or May of 2020.
So is this kind of your breaking out party here?
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations. Do we get to spank you, like, a newborn, anything like that?
Let's not.
Well, I don't know. Towards the end of the show, it gets a little wild. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming. And then I have Sue and Alex from?
We're from Meridiem Spirits, micro distillery in Elizabeth.
Awesome. What'd you bring tonight?
We have vodka and gin, and we made a special cocktail for you guys to get into the holiday spirit.
Oh, my gosh, a special cocktail? Yeah. What's it called? Can you tell us?
No. It's called a special cocktail.
It's a stealth cocktail. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, guys, this is what we've got coming on. This is going to be all about small business. And I tell you, the Modern Eater itself is a small business. But, we know what it takes. I'm going to say, I'm going to make a statement, Greg, and I'm looking over at Greg while I'm saying this, because we've had the conversations, the blood, sweat, and tears that it takes, we know. And I'm going to make a statement. I think as far as shows that are out there, we are unequally qualified to talk about what it takes to not just survive, but to thrive. As far as ethics, hunting down those right ingredients, making the right decisions when people aren't around, making those decisions in the dark. And sometimes you have to do things selflessly. Sometimes you do things, you're running backwards. All the different struggles that we've all had, everyone in this room, we're going to talk about tonight. Because I know there's a chef out there, there's a cook, a chef, a baker that's like, I want to take that jump. I want to start my own business. And this is a place to not just get inspiration, but to get education and to also, find out in this business, it's crazy. All of us, I think we've all gotten to that point where we go, we must be crazy to want to do this. I know I've had that feeling just in the past week. But there's something about the hard, there's something about the struggle that keeps us in here. We get addicted to the chaos. We love the creativity. And this is what we're fostering in here. This is what we're doing. And so we're a group here. This is like a family. We call it the culinary church, and I proudly say I'm the reverend here. But this is a place to come and work place to collaborate, a place to talk about our victories, talk about our defeats. We see it all in the small business. It's part of the process. So that's what that's what this show was made about. Greg and I sat down, probably it's been almost 2 years ago. We sat down at a meeting. It was an ACF event at the President's Awards. And we sat down and started talking, and we could see we were onto something and how we wanted to. This isn't about us talking, although right now it's kind of hard to say that. Really, this show, this whole thing that we've got, it's all about elevating others, bringing out the best in others, and counseling them on what it takes to thrive. And I think it's great that it started here, that this is here in Denver, in Colorado. Because Colorado nationally, so many trends in food come out of here. Natural food, organic produce. You talk about Brian Freeman over there. He's one of the major players. He was doing it before it was cool. You know, a long time ago, Brian, it was hard. Those things that we look at, it's like they're weird. So, hey, we're gonna fade out here. The real show is coming up.
And now your hosts, Greg Hollenbeck, Jay Parker, and Brian Freeman.
Man, oh man. Here we go, live from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. It is the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio, and boy, do we have a good one tonight. Small Business Saturday. What do you think, Brian?
I'm loving it, man. I flew back for it.
You flew back for it. I know. First of all, welcome and thank you, everybody. It's hectic during the holidays. You got Thanksgiving, the holiday week. Here it is, the holiday weekend. It's colder than bejesus outside, and here we all are together in the Culinary Church. The mayor, Little Rich Schneider, man, welcome to the show, because the show's starting now on 6:30 KHOW, but you need to hit the beginning of the show, which starts at 6 p.m. on all of our platforms, but Facebook Live, you lit up tonight, brother. You lit it up.
Well, you know what? It's something that we've had these conversations, all of us, off air together right here. And we've all bled for our businesses. We've sweated. We've lost sleep. We've starved for our businesses. And the whole reason we're doing this is for our sponsors and different food companies. Give them a platform.
Absolutely, man. And you say that. It resonates with me. I've literally rocked in the fetal position in my bed trying to figure out how do I get it through the week? How do I continue on to keep a business that's near and dear to me? And I think that we all do that at some point. But here we are. We land at Small Business Saturday, live from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. You got Jay Parker. You've got Dave Avery. You've got George. You've got Brian Freeman, myself, Craig Hollenbeck. We're here with you tonight, and we're going to highlight local businesses here tonight. It's very important to us. This is basically the ethos of what we do. This is what we believe in. This is our blood and tears, truly small businesses. So on Facebook, if you're with us tonight, thank you for joining us. We would love for you to mention your small business, because we want to give you a shout-out. Plain and simple. If you're here with us, community means everything. And tonight's show, Brian, let's do the rundown. 6:15, who's coming on?
First up, it's PB Love Company. You got to love that.
Mario Esparza on the show with us tonight. Mario is somebody who we caught up with. I can't remember the name, but it was an entrepreneurial class. The city of Denver put it on.
Yeah.
We learned a lot about Mario. He's a dynamic guy. He's got a lot to say, but he also has a company that's built with love. Just like us. Love, blood, sweat, tears.
Yeah.
Whole 9 yards. Mario is going to come on in the next segment. Can't wait to talk to him. Then 6:45 in the kitchen. It's a gentleman who
just a great guy all around. An incredible store. One of those places you love all summer long and you dream about all on these snowy days like today, aren't you?
It's Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions, and Tony Roberts is going to come in and talk to us about small business. That's the theme of the show. There's a dark side of the spoon. Did you Google it? There's certain things that come up with dark side of the spoon that I don't know. You figure it out. But it's there, and he's here. And Max is going to come in to do a demonstration with a fantastic peeler that increases productivity within kitchens, and it's also very innovative.
Oh, that thing is cool, man. I'll tell you.
Can't wait to show you full value, obviously. You can go to themoderneater.com and watch the live stream as well. Danny and Emily Wang are coming on from Fermly. What's Fermly?
Probably the next billionaires. I'll tell you, I went and looked at their website and what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's insane. They are keeping all the brewers Not straight, but they're helping the brewers up their game.
Yes.
They're creating a data point, a database of really this is how your beer has come out when it's perfect. They're running like 5-6 different tests and everything. This is exciting.
Yeah.
I want to give them more time, to be quite honest.
All the formalities in business that I hate, that I'm trying to push myself to, there's smarter people in my pay grade that do a lot of great things for other businesses to try and keep them informed.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
That's one of them. They're going to make craft beer better.
7:30, Alex Tift, James Coulter, and Zymos Brewing Company. This is a new one, Jay. Where'd you find them?
From somebody else that has told me about them, and then I reached out.
Wasn't it Fermly or vice versa?
It could have been.
Could have
been Fermly. Yeah.
I'll tell you, I've tasted. They have, so right now they're working on finalizing their project, and it's going to be a fun time. I don't want to ruin it. I tasted some of their ginger beer, and it just turned me on to a happy place. So
7:45. What did they call it? They called it a special holiday drink, Rich.
Yeah, with no name.
Don't ask no questions. Don't tell me no lies. We're going to get up. I'm telling you, Meridium Spirits, they're on deck. And in Booze in the News, all the booze news you can use. Daniel Ecker, Alex and Sue Tudor are going to be on the show. And that's a full program right here.
It's a strong show.
Yeah. That's all you need. Okay.
Best show ever.
Best yet?
Yes.
Man, we've had a lot of good ones.
We've had some great ones.
So that means that we have to ask these folks to step up their game. My game.
You guys in? You guys in?
Everybody's okay, because I'm on point tonight.
You're right on.
I'm feeling good. You look great, Rich.
I'm trying.
Brian?
I'm coming into the landing.
Jay, as always. All right, let's get it going. We're going to break early, come back. We've got an interesting show for you. Small Business Saturday. Why not? Little Rich gets set for the Little Rich Corner. And he's going to just, again, talk from the heart. This is such a cool thing because Little Rich, you think tortillas are made effortlessly?
Oh, aren't they? Just like a machine that makes them all? You don't need
like
people
us.
for that, right?
We looked up to a guy like this because he's seemingly the guy who's climbed the mountain, went through all of the things, and now reaping the rewards. But he should because he's 80. He should have to do that. Looking good for 80, though. Let's take a break. Come right back. This is the Modern Eater Show, live from Studio Kitchen, Colorado, on iHeartRadio.
Wow, Greg. I mean, talk about, we are hitting them out of the park right at the very beginning. It's like watching the All-Star game at warm-up, and they're just smacking them out. We've got such a great audience in here tonight. One of the things, I do want to continue on the theme of small business. And also one of our newest sponsors and what that means for us. Our newest sponsor, Ewing Levitt Insurance. Everyone that has a business, it's funny we're talking about it. It's not one of the most favorite things that you want to talk about. One of the things that you gets your interest. But I tell you what, and I've been in business for 40 years. Yeah, I am about 80 years old. But truly, you've got to watch all these little line items to make sure that you're not paying too much, to make sure that you're not underinsured, to make sure you've got someone on your side. And that's truly what Brian and the Ewing Levitt Agency have done. You'll hear their words, our first spot for them. We welcome them to the Modern Eater family. Do yourself a favor. You've got to have insurance. Get someone good on your side to protect you. It'll be one of the best things for your sleep that you'll ever do. Take a listen. We'll be back in just a few seconds. Rates, quick response time, and honest, straightforward service. I've been in business for 40 years. I trust Brian Brenning and the Ewing Levitt Agency. He's not just an insurance expert, he's my friend. Make him your friend and expert, too, by calling Ewing Levitt Agency today, 970-679-7375. For the best and most reliable insurance coverage, 970-679-7375. It's the Ewing Levitt Agency.
Hi, I'm Charlie Gottenkenny, brewmaster at Brews Beers, Denver's badass Belgian-style brewery. Brews has some serious badassery coming up in the next month. Our new tap room at Colfax and York will be opening up, and it is a very special place. With the coming of winter, we're featuring some real powerhouse beers. The infamous Hellraiser is back on tap, along with a killer lineup of strong blonde, amber, and dark ales. Our unique Christmas beer, Brut Le Grand, will also be releasing soon, as well as our seasonal Beat Saison. And we'll have a number of limited edition barrel-aged beers that you will not want to miss. Check out all our beers on our website, along with daily food trucks and more at brewsbeers.com. That's Brews, spelled B-R-U-Z, 1675 West 67th Avenue in Denver, where your dog is always welcome. Join us soon for some Belgian-style badassery.
Hey, Colorado. This is Brian Freeman, owner of Growers Organic and a host on the Modern Eater Talk Show. Growers Organic is a Colorado sourcing company who provides Colorado's greatest chefs with the best organic produce. I've been partnering with local and regional farms for the last 20 years, and our returning customers know they can count on us over and over again. Chefs who receive the highest rating on Good Food 100 choose Growers Organic for their organic produce needs because we're experts at bridging the gap between the farm and the table. Join us in the organic revolution and go organic with Growers Organic. Look us up online at growersorganic.com.
Wear black and eat spices. Hey, Modern Eater listeners, this is Zach from The Spice Guy, Colorado's favorite spice company. Spice is the variety of life. At The Spice Guy, we have a passion for sourcing the best ingredients from the best farmers all over the world. Choose from thousands of different GMO-free spices and ingredients, or let us create and blend custom flavor profiles for whatever style of food it is that you're working with. With over 1,000 restaurants, food brands, and chefs behind us, you can't go wrong when you choose The Spice Guy for all your spice needs. The Spice Guy.
Spicy.
Born in Breck.
We're coming back.
Denver.
TheSpiceGuyCo.com.
Hey, this is Brother Luck from Colorado Springs. All right, you ready? Owner of 4 by Brother Luck and Lucky Dumplings. I mean, he's a very, very impressive man. And you're rocking with the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Take it, Brian.
Oh, we're right back with the little PB Love Company. I got to tell you, he's got is 5 different flavors of peanut butter?
We make 3 peanut butters and 2 almond butters currently.
Get right in.
Okay, yeah. Let me take a step back. Let me introduce. It's Mario Esparza.
Hello.
PB Love
Company.
Oh.
The PB Love Company, yes.
And hey, listen, if there's peanut butter is something we all grew up with. I mean, if you didn't, it's sort of like baseball in America, I would think. You know, quite honestly.
Or football in Texas.
Yeah, or football in Texas. It's that's Friday night. High school football in Texas is one of the craziest things. But back onto our peanut butter love.
So here it is, Small Business Saturday, live from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. That's the voice of Brian Freeman. I'm Greg Hollenbach, the whole cast and crew's here. And Mario's joining us with a really cool brand. When Small Business Saturday, we heard you were going to be on the show. We were like, this is a perfect fit.
Thank you.
Small business, man. I mean, truly, that's the heartbeat of America. That's something that we really relish here in Colorado. Denver, that's our hyper-local community. You've landed right here, small business. Was that, here's little Mario running around. Did little Mario think you were going to be a small business owner?
You know, I never did, but my dad has worked for himself since he was 18, so I always saw him, make the hustle happen. And I think that's certainly a place where I get a lot of my drive from.
I'm glad you said the word hustle. A lot of people take offense to the word hustle when it hustling. A hustler, someone.
Well,
it's just out there making it happen.
Yeah,
No. I'm not backing away from the word because I really like a hustle in somebody, and that just means that you care. You're out there hitting.
Yeah.
You're making sure that your dreams are in your hands, and you're going to be the guide.
Well, from an athletic perspective, it means something different than from a con man perspective. Okay.
What?
There's 2 perspectives, 2 lenses you could put on. When you look at a hustle. But I agree with you. I'm all about life is about hustle. I mean, that is. It's about getting back up when you fall down. It's about just continuing to drive and drive and drive every day.
Yeah, sure. So I always say that folks that are in hustle or entrepreneurs
Or a hustler.
that, we're just unemployable. That's kind of how
That was a tough one to manage, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know that anybody would want me working for them. So it kind of took its own course for myself.
It does, yeah.
And I'm the best steward when it comes to my life and my path. But you seem perfectly employable, right?
Nice guy, I guess.
You're a nice guy.
I'm a good worker.
He's met you for half an hour. We're bonding. He's like, "Do you want a job?"
Yeah. So essentially, a lot of times products are born by necessity. Did you find a necessity with PB Love Company to where that was something that you needed to bring to, not wanted but needed to bring to market?
That's a good question. You talk about necessity. It wasn't a necessity to bring to market necessarily, but it was a necessity to my lifestyle. I've been making this stuff literally for almost 15 years. And the reason I started making it was to have something that was made out of real food that I ate every day, that before I learned what real food was and ate it every day, it just wasn't to the standard.
Okay, you mean like cottonseed oil, you know?
So hold that point, because
Yeah.
I want to pivot back to it. The point that you were making there is something that was a necessity to your life. But here you are, and you're bringing it to market, and you're bringing it to build a business. Was this business something that, not just because you needed it with yourself, because you did a lot of personal transformations within your life, that brought this easier? You're like, a lot of times in life, you're like, if it's working for me, it'll probably work for somebody else too, right? The company itself, what are your offerings? And then we'll jump back to that point.
So our offerings, we produce handcrafted premium nut butters. We have 3 peanut butters, our salted peanut, which is our 2-time award winner, #1 seller. It's delicious. We're going to have that tonight. Our classic creamies, our pure peanut butter. Our classic crunchy, my personal favorite. And then we have 2 almond butters, our smooth almond, which is our pure almond butter, and then our cinnamon almond, which is up for a Good Food Award in January, so wish us luck. It's also very popular. Our distribution is mainly direct to consumer. That's very important to me. I believe the PB Love experience is best provided by PB Love, not Whole Foods, not Vitamin Cottage, not, we don't do major grocery stores or major retailers. Our retail partners are small boutique specialty food, mainly local retailers.
Yeah.
We also do food service, so great places like Mercantile, Huckleberry Roasters, Root Down. They make incredible items with our products on their menu. They do a great job. And then back to the direct-to-consumer, we mainly sell online, farmers markets, and special events. So those are our offerings. We do subscriptions, which makes life very easy.
Mario, let me back up just a hair. Let me ask you, what makes it different? What's your why? You gave us a couple. You're using real ingredients. But go a little deeper on that.
Well,
I mean, it says stone ground peanut butter. That's got to be new, right?
The #1 question I get asked is, well, why is yours different? And my answer is very simple. It's the taste. And the reason it tastes the way it does is because of the quality of the ingredients that we use. We use 100% real food to our food philosophy, right? And we stone grind. We use black granite. I mean, it's beautiful. No blades, no metal, no high heat. And just those 2 things make a big difference in what you get out of this jar. It's ridiculously delicious, and the reaction we get when people have had it for the first time, it's awesome. It's amazing. It makes you feel good. But that's what is different about PB Love, is the taste.
Okay, well, I'm dying to taste it, because I'll tell you, I liken myself to a little bit of a peanut butter connoisseur.
All right, almond butter, peanut butter.
For me, peanut all day.
Crunchy or creamy?
Crunchy.
Yeah, crunchy.
I go back there.
Why do I feel naughty with almond butter? Is that worse for you than peanut butter?
Oh, no.
It's another common question. No, let me tell you. Peanuts, almonds, both high in calories, both high in fat, both high in protein. When people ask me about the difference health-wise, it's what your gut can manage the best.
But both is
They're
equally
both
as
great.
naughty. Okay, we both great, but both. So here's when I'm in full diet mode, like when I'm trying to bring things back right, and I want good foods and actually satisfy like a little. I don't know if it's a sweet tooth, but just I'll take a spoonful of peanut butter. Call it. Go, Greg. Go to bed.
Oh, babe, that's what I've been doing with my kids since they little kids. That's how you do it, man. Unless you've got peanut allergies, and there's a whole thing that
Are
that's a
people
whole
still
other
making
show.
peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Oh yeah, they do.
People are.
Oh, yeah. They do.
I got to get back into those because I think I'd like. As a kid, I thought I was.
I just made one last night.
As a kid, I thought I was being punished when I'd get a peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Not at all.
Maybe because it was Skippy, and I didn't.
No,
want
I have to cut the crust
Skippy
off
on
these
there.
days for my one son.
When I ask people how they eat, a lot of we call them PB lovers. They're our regular customers, our regular shoppers. When I ask them how do they eat PB Love, the #1 answer is straight out of the jar.
Straight out of the jar?
Straight out of the jar.
Yeah.
And it is that good. We're a spoon-to-mouth concept. I learned that from Gary Hirschberg, if you know who Gary Hirschberg is, but from Stonyfield Farms.
Next segment, and it's going to be interesting. Next segment, we're going to come back, And I want to continue this with you, but we met you in an entrepreneurial class and the small business thing. So you monologued. You sat up there and lectured. I want to get a little taste of what that was like, and maybe we can just bounce it. Because during those types of lectures, you know, I'm supposed to be quiet when I have a million questions. So I kind of want to be a lecturer, but I want to feed off of what that looks like, because I want you to talk to other business folks out there.
Yeah, sure.
And I think that's an interesting proposition to at least share. And that's what those classes are about, sharing stories, sharing experiences. And a lot of times in life, it's about pivoting, but taking feedback.
It is.
And
absolutely.
knowing what feedback you should take because you know your brand the best.
Yes.
That's what's so interesting to me. Tonight, you're whipping up some stuff for us here in the kitchen.
I am.
If you take chocolate and put it with peanut butter, man, you have me.
You're going to fall in love.
That's it. Chocolate, peanut butter, put a little bit of white chocolate in there with oh my, that's it.
You're in heaven.
Oh, wait, white chocolate is different than chocolate.
Do you make any of that stuff?
We make the 3 flavors of peanut butter I mentioned and the 2 almond butters. But as we grow and we have more of the ability to add to our SKU, our flavors, yes. Yeah, we have some pretty fun ideas coming up. And with other nuts like cashews, pecans, there is a chocolate product that
is on the way.
I hope
it's
so.
in R&D. It's in R&D.
Let me tell you one thing I'm really excited about is PB Love Doggy Dip.
Uh-oh.
I mean, and we're in Denver, right? Everybody has a dog. And it's literally peanut butter biscuits made with PB Love, which you dunk in our creamy peanut butter, and you just feed it to your
I'm
dog.
glad it came up that way, because I was
Easy.
wondering when the first person would say something about a dog and peanut butter. I didn't know what it would be, but I'm glad it's a dog biscuit.
Yeah.
That's it. Here's what I don't even know what that means.
Sure you don't.
Here's what we're doing live on Facebook. We want to do this. Anybody that's watching us right now, and if you're on a Facebook stream, you're streaming live on YouTube as well, Periscope, Twitter, whole 9 yards, iHeartRadio as well. Jump on over to our Facebook page, because we're asking a question. Tell us your small business, and we'll mention it.
It's Field Guide right here. Field Guide IT, helping small businesses.
Tonight, Nicole Baumgart. Hello. Field Guide IT. We help businesses large and small with all technology needs. We're a small team of 6 based out of Rhino. Fantastic. Nicole, get a hold of us. We'd love to feature you on the Modern Eater Show. That's fantastic. If you have a business and you want a shout out, just hit us up on our Facebook Live page. In the meantime and in between time, why not, Brian? Let's take a break. Small Business Saturday, live from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. The beer sign's not lit. I knew something was wrong. Light the beer sign.
Light it up, baby.
We'll get it going. All right, bring it up here in the kitchen. We'll take a break, come right back, and continue with Mario Esparza, PB Love Company, right here on the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Well, Greg, our first segment on the best show ever. We're going to make it happen. And to do that, I brought up my new friends from Zymos Brewing. You see it right there, right there. I've got Alex and James, correct?
Yep.
Why did you get into brewing?
We really love the community. We want to make a community-focused space where people can come and hang out and talk and play games and drink really great beer.
If a person doesn't drink, can they still go?
Yeah, that's actually kind of one of our focuses is we're going to have some non-alcoholic options. We've brought our ginger beer today from James's current project.
Awesome.
We're also planning to have coffee and tea.
Oh, I'm going to try some of that. Well, they're going to be coming up later. You're going to learn way more about them towards the end of the show. We're kind of giving you a little teaser. But again, Zymos Brewing. It doesn't get any better than that. I got to try some of this ginger beer.
I recommend it.
Oh, my gosh. No, we're going to have some of that here pretty soon. Thanks for coming down tonight, guys. This is going to be a blast. What do you think so far?
It's fun.
Yeah,
fun,
this has been a kick.
It's kind of what's like, what is going on? And now you're finding out. You're diving in. We pushed you right into the deep end. Hey, we're going to be right back.
Go out to eat, I not only want to eat delicious food and drinks, but I also want to eat where I know my money is going to a local restaurant that I believe in. I believe in the Goods restaurant on Colfax and Mark Whistler. The Goods is a community restaurant and bar with a menu focusing on vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, and keto options. Comfort food lovers, try the best burger on planet Earth. I love it. 8 ounces of grass-fed beef and never, ever any hormones, antibiotics, or steroids. The Goods is truly a cultural melting pot, a family restaurant open to all. Their bar program is amazing. Saddle up at their long, luxurious bar, have a nice craft beer or a cocktail. Like their Facebook page and stay up on amazing events and specials going on throughout the week. Located on East Colfax, directly connected to the Tattered Cover Bookstore, across from East High School with free parking and a garage in back. Look them up online, thegoodsrestaurant.com. I'll see you at the Goods.
Want to bake the best? Bake with the best. Little Rich.
30 seconds until our live read.
Modern Eater. Our wraps fold cold and
30 seconds.
Open, yet they're soft and delicious. What's my secret? Ardent Mills. Organic, ancient, and heirloom grains like quinoa, spelt, and more. Locally headquartered
20.
Colorado. Ardent Mills provides the industry's broadest range of traditional and organic flours, whole grains, customized blends, and specialty products dedicated to
10 seconds.
culinary industry with the next grains and unique plant-based ingredients. I love
Yeah,
Ardent
this is
Mills,
fun.
and I know you will too. To bake the best, you must. Mills.com.
Back to the show in just a second, you guys. But before we do that, we're going to talk bread, and we're having some peanut butter tonight. I tried to get some bread, didn't work out, so Mario's going to make some pancakes and some oatmeal. But Aspen Baking Company and AspenBaking.com is where you want to go for no preservatives, no artificial coloring, no chemicals of any kind, which I know Mario can appreciate because he doesn't like the junk. We don't either. It's Aspen Baking. They've got hoagies, focaccias, ciabattas, baguettes, croissants, bear claws, lobster rolls, pound cakes, coffee cakes, and more. And if you own a business and you want to treat your employees to something nice, we suggest the boxed lunches. They do boxed lunches that are delicious. They've got Rome's meat in there, so Aspen Baking is where you want to go. I'm going to say the website.
How about the holidays, Jay? Because I think that's very important, especially right now. The people like me who go places for holidays, they say bring something with you. Bring Aspen Baking with you. You'll be a hit of the party.
Yeah, nice focaccia.
Oh, my goodness. Bring some fresh bread on Aspen with Aspen Baking.
A loaf? Just show up with a beautiful,
you'll be the hit of the
buttery,
party.
sugary, and gluten loaf.
Yeah, and if you want to order, how can you do it?
You go to aspenbaking.com. So, so that's it. That's a live. We're going to be we're back to Mario. It's aspenbaking.com.
I love it. Thanks, Jay.
Michael Myers from Distillery 291. I'll say whatever you want me to say. That'll get me in trouble. Write it like you stole it. Drink it like you own it. You're listening to The Modern Eater on iHeartRadio.
This is fun.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
eat it like it's peanut butter.
Hell yeah.
Eat it like it's peanut butter.
Why not? Let's get it going. Back
He's been
at it.
waiting. He's got all these
Studio
things.
Kitchen. I like it, and I love small business people. And please, everybody that's out there, if you're on Facebook right now, drop us the name of your small business. We'd love to mention it for you. And coming in tonight is Maria Esparza, PB Love Company. We met this gentleman, and he was lecturing to us about small businesses. We learned a lot. We thought you'd appreciate it, too, so we brought him to the kitchen. It took a year, but it happened. Here's what we want to do. So you talked to us about this great brand that means so much to you, but other people out there, their brands mean a lot to them. You like to speak to folks about entrepreneurship and business itself. Where do you begin with that?
Ooh, that's a good question. Values. I think that's where you begin.
Can I start off with where I would begin?
Sure.
And we'll just bounce back and forth, all of us. Figure out if you have a good idea.
You don't figure out until you're good at your idea is not good until you start it.
Maybe I should have formed my question that way. How do you know you have a good idea?
When people put our product in their mouths, their reaction, they're so happy. And to be quite honest, our PB Love's purpose is to feed people real delicious food and spread smiles. If we can do that continuously, consistently.
Mario, what do you do when you hear somebody's idea that they have for a business, right? It's in gestation, and you're like, don't do it. What do you do?
I would never say that to somebody, honestly.
Really? Because I would. I would say I implore you never to go down that road.
Why don't you always ask it in a question, though? Is like, what problem are you solving?
No, I would say I forbid
that's
you
where I go
to come out with that problem. Save your life, save what you're doing, because a lot of people have a lot of half-cocked ideas.
Are you familiar with the speech from Theodore Roosevelt back in 1910, and he talks about the failure of a man. And long story short, he says, basically, you would rather fail and try because you figured out that you couldn't do it
Mario,
instead of not trying.
I'm glad you're on my side on this, Mario, because listen, listen, I know it does, but and
Richie,
there might be something good that comes out of that as well. You know, listen, I've sat with a company and I've said, you guys, you're going into a space that is so crowded, people pay for that, and you're thinking people are going to beg for you to have their product. And that's not how it works.
If you're just joining us at Small Business Saturday, we have Mario Esparza on with us, PB Love Company. Little Rich Schneider, you don't need to be any any smaller. Little Rich is going to join us. Rockalitas Tortillas, we're talking about company. And how do you know you have a good idea? Or what do you do when you hear somebody pitching their idea and you're like, oh, man, I see it coming a million miles away. Don't do it.
You know, sometimes I think the best thing is to be brutally honest with somebody, because if you're just in the business of blowing sunshine up someone's rear end.
But is that an opinion? And should you take someone off their course?
That's
where it's very, very delicate, right, Mario?
Give them an objective view of here's what's going on. Here's the reality of it. Because they may be, their view of what they're doing may be from a certain perspective, maybe not as high altitude.
Yep.
And as you've taken your bumps and bruises along the way,
do your research.
You're like, okay, look, here's kind of what problems you're going to have down the road.
I like people to punch holes in my ideas, truly, because I'd like to be able to come back with an answer or how I would handle something. But let's go into this realm, pivoting. You're in your business. You see that there's potential. You're doing what you want to do. But maybe it was somebody like you, Mario, who says, I don't want to get into retail. I need to pivot and go direct, right? Those are very real things that pivoting makes an entrepreneur or a business person very malleable, I would want to say, to where the climate of which you're in and whatever your mind believes the direction of your business should go, you should be able to pivot. Brian, how many times have you pivoted throughout your career?
You have to be malleable, I think, sometimes in business. Although I will say I was at a business in California recently, and they do one thing.
And they do it well.
And in a space, and this is making me think, and this is a shout out to everyone who's thinking about starting a small business. And so my kids begged me to go to In-N-Out. Okay. Guess what In-N-Out doesn't do? Chicken sandwiches. Guess what else they don't do? Salads. Nothing.
Yeah.
That you're seeing, look at all these other small, in a crowded space. I mean, come on now. There's 20 fast food restaurants in the next 5 miles on Federal here.
You know, Brian, what somebody told me the other day, he's a fascinating man. His name's Dan Fogarty.
Yes, I love him.
Yes,
ad agency guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he said, build off simplicity.
Yep.
We started with something simple, and we're building off that. And you can get sidetracked very easily.
Yeah, because I want you making peanut butter.
Yeah,
cups.
right. And there's also the side of listening to your customers and the people who are keeping you in business. Do you give them what they want? And if you decide to take that on, how do you do that efficiently? There's also, you talk about being malleable or pivoting.
Yep.
I think problem solving is also pivoting. If something is not working, if a flavor for us particularly doesn't have, good sales, or a SKU is not, it makes inefficiencies in the production line. Do we get rid of it, and how do we figure that out?
Make it go away.
And I saw some old friends, some old regulars at the old restaurant I used to work at, and they, how are you? How's PB Love? I said, I write checks and solve problems.
Yeah.
And, I'm joking, but it's real. That's what we do as an
entrepreneur. If you're looking at business as a 100% share, there's two ends of the spectrum. A 20% share of that 100% that you're absolutely sure. Another 20% is that this needs to go away. You've got that middle percent of 60% that's where you need to spend your time, is on that 60%, and start putting in the bucket of I'm sure or I'm not sure. Right away, that 60% is what you need to address. Little Rich, I want to go to you because Rockalitas Tortillas is an amazing company that had to take those pivot points along the way. You decided at one point in time you wanted to be a boutique specialty tortilla company.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why?
Absolutely. Well, our thing is funny as you're talking about the percentages. Our thing is really we're making products geared for that 20% that are the hardcore chefs. That other 80%, we have recognized that there are plenty of people making product for those 80%. So we focus on the 20, and then sometimes, even within that, you have to do some gut-wrenching decisions. And here's an example.
Yeah.
I spent 3 years creating a gluten-free wrap. Put it out in the market. I had it all over the United States. I don't know retail. I had to learn, and I had to take my beatings. I do not know retail. I know food service, but I do not know the grocery business. It was becoming very apparent to us that in the gluten-free tortilla war, we did not win it. We lost the war. And so it was
going back to Mario.
So I was like
simplicity.
Yeah. So I was just like, well, we needed to kill that line, and it was hard because 4 years of traveling and doing all these things, but we had to bite the bullet. And so we had to look at what are we great at doing, what do we like to do, and let's just stay in that lane.
Go ahead.
I would also say, somebody else taught me this many, many years ago, and I love saying this: the nature of great things takes time. I met this guy 10 years ago. I remember this guy, it's been a long time. And touring his facility, listening to him talk, seeing his employees, it was just like, oh my God.
It inspires
how
others.
do I get to do this?
Right. Okay, great. That sets up the segue. Segue. We'll start with Brian.
I want to hear this, though, because I've got to. I'm really interested. There's a piece to this that I'm.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So what I want to do is I want to do a round robin, right? Okay. So the darkest of days, because they happen. They happen to where, do I give it up? Do I go back to I want security. I want that every couple of week paycheck. I want health insurance. What's that? Payroll, paying yourself. What's that? There comes to a point to a time of you where the sacrifice that I'm making for something that I believe in the business. What do you say, Brian Freeman? Anybody out there, small business entrepreneur, really believes in their product? They're having a hard time. They need a boost. What do you say?
I would really say dig deep. It's always about showing up every single day, and there's never been for me ever this thought of another day wouldn't exist, because I knew that I needed to get right back in there. That I was like, okay, I'm going to go get a reset. It might be 3-4 hours, but I'm going to get a reset. And then I'm going to come right back out.
You're going to be surprised what I have to say.
Yeah. So,
Mario?
Whenever I feel like quitting, I have to remember, why did I start this? Why did I sign up for this? If you go back to that why, you go back to that value system, and it's a long time. I've been making this stuff for a long time. I've had the opportunity to be around a lot of amazing, impactful entrepreneurs who have done some great things. And what I learned was, well, why did you do this? And you go back, okay, I'm having a hard day. Why did I do this? You answer that question for yourself. It really does help you. All right, this is why I'm here. This is why they're here.
Reset. Almost write those things down. So that
write
you
them down.
Reiterate.
Tell people about them.
Well, it's come up with your mission statement, and your mission statement should be that why. I believe every day, Mario, is what I look at when I come in the building is this is my why, and I keep beating that damn drum.
Little Rich.
Woo! I'm going to think way back to like the 80s. We were in a real dark spot, and our biggest customer had just left us, and we could see no way really of making it. And basically, I just hit the streets. I learned perseverance. If you're going to say no, if they're going to say no to me, that's okay. I'm just going to keep going. I remember parking outside of restaurants in Frisco waiting for their shift to stop, and finally I could sample tortilla chips to them at midnight.
Hustler.
But there was no way we had to do it. And you just find a way. You just have to find a way to do it.
Yep. Get that clip right there. Mine's completely different because I am a big believer in the power of quitting. There's something to saying,
learn in failure.
I am somebody that is an entrepreneur by spirit. I will try many, many things, and I'm not afraid to put something down and go forward with something else. Learn the power of quitting. There's a Freakonomics podcast that's out there that I would implore everybody to tune into. Take a look. Just Google it. It talks about your sweat equity that you put into something versus your potential equity. Your potential equity is very big. Your potential equity is something that you need to believe in inside of yourself. If quitting something means leading you to a different road, a different path, something that you can really hunker down into to when you've already exhausted every avenue that you're doing, listen to these gentlemen first. But when you're at that point, the power of quitting can be very powerful for you. That's entrepreneurship.
I'm going to head to the table.
Do it. I love it.
I love who you've got on, folks.
Small Business Saturday.
Tune in.
I'm not
Fermly
quitting.
right
You're not
here.
quitting.
Yep.
We're not quitting. But I'll tell you
here.
what, sometimes that's a road you need to consider, and it can bring you to a better road in the future. And I'd appreciate if
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about his quitting thing. I know where he's coming from. I know where it's coming from.
I saved a lot of my life by doing that. I saved a lot of Mario. Give me my.
Hey, man, thanks for having me.
There he is.
Yeah,
Mario
is
Esparza.
Thank you, Mario. Thank you.
I appreciate it. I love it.
Hey, listen.
Hardest working. Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. Real quick. Mario's going to be cooking up some pancakes and some stuff after his interview because, we didn't have enough time. So if you're watching and you're like, man, what's up with the pancakes? They're coming.
Thank you, Jim.
Nice.
Appreciate it.
If you're waiting to eat the pancakes. But tell us who's coming on during the break.
When I think of Denver and I think of entrepreneurship and I think of growing and just gut-wrenching, just fighting it out, I think of Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions. Tony Roberts up here next, and I think Chris Webb's in the house too. Chris Webb's going to join us as well. We're going to take a break, come right back to In the Kitchen. These gentlemen are great. They'll be next on the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Well, when I think of failure, I think of shining shoes, and I don't have to shine shoes anymore. We went on that. Hey, we're with our new friends, and this is important. Listen to this. This is to show you what we got coming up. You won't find this anywhere else, hopefully. Fermly, correct? I've got Danny and Emily. Tell us, what does Fermly do?
We are a craft brewery, quality control, quality assurance laboratory.
And you help people reproduce, like when they've made that perfect batch, here's how you're going to reproduce it?
Absolutely. And when they produce that perfect batch, we want them to help do it perfectly every single time.
Wow. And you're doing all kinds of different testing and software. I mean, they've got a lot of stuff going on. There's no way we can touch it all in a minute. But I'm going to tell you, stick around. Listen to this. This is going to be a powerful segment. You guys have a great business.
Thank you so much. You don't want to miss this. We're going to get into some really fun stuff. Think of it like how it's made, except beer.
Oh, my gosh. So like Dr. Wizard of the beer. This is going to be cool. This is going to be fun. Stick around. We'll be right back. We've got some words from some of our favorite curated sponsors. We'll be right back.
Believes gluten-free shouldn't taste like the box that it's packaged in. Trust me when I tell you, the products from his bakery in Arvada are fresh, flavorful, and masterly crafted, leaving you with a product that tastes like the real thing. Simply delicious. The bakery is located in Arvada on 64th and Sims across the street from Arvada West High School. Check out their website at glutenfreethings.com. You'll be amazed with the variety of gluten-free products they make. And chefs, don't leave your gluten-free restaurant guests without options. Contact John at info@glutenfreethings.com. That's info@glutenfreethings.com to see what he can do for you. Give him a shot. 11651 West 64th Avenue in Arvada. It's gluten-free things.
Hey, chef friends, it's Little Rich here from Raquelitas Tortillas. Raquelitas, known for hyper-local, innovative, and healthy tortillas and chips, served by Colorado's top chefs, and that's why we only use Colorado Mills sunflower oil. If you, too, want to serve the healthiest, most vibrant-tasting foods, you must use Colorado Mills. Colorado Mills is hyper-local, Colorado-grown, cold-pressed in Lamar, Colorado. Whether you bake, fry, or saute, get your Colorado Mills today. Available through Shamrock, Growers Organic, and Dawn Foods. For the best oil in the business, use Colorado Mills.
Hey, it's Chef Elon Wenzel, owner of Element Knife Company. If you cook, then you'll know the importance of a quality knife and proper care. My training in Japan exposed me to exceptional cutlery. That's why I am so excited to offer you the knives I fell in love with. Element Knife Company is chef-driven, and my goal is to support and educate. Get at me for a knife clinic or conversation. Find me at elementknife.com or by simply calling 303-460-4600. 4628. For the best knives in your kitchen, think Element Knife Company.
Listen up, barbecue lovers. Greg Hollenbach here for Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions. Proud Souls is Denver's authority of all things barbecue. Do you rule your neighborhood with the best backyard barbecue? From beginners to pit masters, Proud Souls has all the equipment you could possibly want. A variety of wood, pellet, and charcoal grills and smokers. Award-winning pit masters and owners of Proud Souls, Dan and Tony, have a passion for barbecue, and it shows. Located on 25th and Federal, Proud Souls retail store is bursting at the seams with your barbecuing essentials, the Spice Guy spices, and superior flavored fuels for your pit like hickory, mesquite, oak, pecan, cherry, apple, peach, maple, grape, and a variety of blends. Hit their website, ProudSoulsBBQ.com, for delicious hands-on barbecue classes and get information on current promotions and deals. For the best in barbecue, locally owned and operated on 25th and Federal, there are guys. Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions. That's ProudSoulsBBQ.com.
Feed me now.
This is the Modern Eater Show.
That's right, boy.
And you know my mama's here tonight.
And now it's time
Yeah, Mr.
for
Rose Roberts
In the
right there.
Kitchen.
How am I supposed to keep on feeding you? Kill people? Brought to you by
Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions. Award-winning competition cooks and purveyors of specialty barbecue supplies right here in Denver, Colorado. ProudSoulsBBQ.com.
Feed me all night, mom. Makes that.
I don't know, man. Every time I hear that, it makes me rethink my life because I used to do a lot of things all night long. Now all I do is sleep.
Really?
Dang it.
Things are rough.
All the things are rough, man.
I'm challenging his first insinuation.
I don't know. Either good.
That he ever did it.
I mean, whatever.
Here's what's
your
really
story.
Cool. Small Business Saturday. I call it the hardest working men in show business. Mr. Please, Please, the two and only. There he is, Tony Roberts, right here. Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions. Chris Webb.
What's up, guys?
What's up, brother? I know. Thank you. Yes. Hello, gentlemen.
Tonight's one of those nights we had to have you guys on.
Thanks for having us.
I mean, here's the deal. Full disclosure, you guys know, if you've listened to the Modern Eater Show for any extended period of time, you know we love Proud Souls, what you guys do, what you guys stand for. Small businesses are very difficult. We're talking about that tonight. We can talk barbecue, and we do all the time, but do you guys mind talking small business right now?
We love talking small business. That's all we ever do every day. We have a weekly huddle.
Yeah.
We talk about small business and how we can incorporate what we do to make the lives of our customers better. Yeah. And at the end of the day, that's what we do and what we're trying to preach and why so many folks come to see us.
He's got something.
I got something hot for you. Let me ask you a question. Black Friday, as a small business, what do you say?
Friday?
Do you walk away from it?
No.
Or do you embrace it?
We embrace it. We're a small business. We cannot be closed on Black Friday. You know why? Because so many people, it's ingrained in their minds. That's the day they want to shop.
Well, but let me ask you, though. Let me take that in a different. Do you embrace it in a way that, like, what this 50% off, 75% off? No. It's just a bunch of, I mean, CRAP, right?
Actually, that's a great point, Brian. And if you don't mind for me to jump off, just dovetail. Those margins are ridiculous. You guys are a small business.
Right.
You're working on very slim margins.
We had the conversation. I drove my mom over here tonight. She came down and had a glass of wine before we came over. I talked to her. There was some folks in today that were looking for a deal. We're not a discount store, right? We pride ourselves on service. We pride ourselves on quality. We pride ourselves on everything from a small business standpoint. I'm not going to discount my time, Chris's time, our crew's time, anything we do and we preach. I mean, we might throw in a deal here and there, and we embrace our customers. This is a lifelong relationship, right? You come and shop with us. This is somewhere you can come back to, and over time, gain our knowledge, our experience, and we'll give you some deals over time, but it's not something we're just going to give the house away.
Do you mind if I throw in the E word? Education.
Education,
sure. Education. Which is huge, which I think is priceless, right? I mean, what is that? I mean, what is education to you? Is it worth $200, $50, $75?
Well, wait, you give free classes, right?
No. But here's the deal.
Unless you buy some meat and go in there. But listen, you every time you come into your store, you're giving a free class.
100%.
Because the reality is there's not a moment that you wouldn't walk any person that ever comes into your place.
And a prime example of that is we call ourselves Butterball Hotline, right? So thanks. It's kind of a joke within the shop, right? But that's the thing. Like, we have people that, like, honestly just say, hey, I just bought a grill at Ace Hardware, right? Am I going to shun that guy out because he didn't spend his dollar here? No, because you know what? We're gonna facilitate that need, because the guy at Ace, he's not gonna be able to answer the questions that we do.
Now you see where I came from free, right?
100%. Yeah.
So guys, jump to this spot, because a lot of times the number one jumping off point to me, which you guys do so well, is embrace your community.
Yes. Right. And so I'll take that one. So, like, the whole deal, we were talking about how do we build small business. It's not about building our small business. It's about how do we share other people's small businesses, which I think the Modern Eater is so key, because it's a networking facility to where we can actually embrace other people. So we made some great people tonight that we didn't even know existed, and vice versa. So how can I send you customers, right? So we look at, like, Leaker's Livermore. So right down the street, I mean, how many people have we sent down there since?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot, yeah.
Well, wait, and I'll tell you the 7 degrees of Proud Souls barbecue? Because really that's deeper than just levers. And, I mean, whether it's me who's putting an ear in their ear, but Justin Brunson, who came and bought one of yours. I mean, he came here and got to cook on it.
So they outfit our kitchen.
Yeah.
These the great stuff that you see us in here cooking on. One of the things, as I circle back to Tony and Chris here.
Don't tell them about your private web channel where you have just their barbecues.
Oh, I did have
on display. It's it's on the dark web. It's dark.
With limited time, and I want you guys to just take 2 minutes and expand with this. That you guys are sponsors of the show.
Yeah.
You're a small business.
Yep.
You've given us the ability to continue doing this, to featuring other businesses around here.
Sure.
That is an interesting proposition, especially when you're trying to make your bottom line. Giving back to the community. Why, Tony?
Well, think about it, Greg. It's a very important thing about small businesses. Customers that come into our store love small business typically. Mm-hmm. That's why they choose to shop with us. Who do you think we spoke, not to pin Locavore out, but when someone shops there, they're going home, right? Mm-hmm. They need a grill, obviously, to cook on it. Where do you think they're obviously going to go? Yeah. To us. Mm-hmm. It's something that embraces us, something that lifts us up, and something that's very important when you think about it, to support small business and to do that. And folks that come in our store are going to get the knowledge and the expertise and
the customer service.
Yeah, and the customer service at the end of the day that they're not going to get anywhere else.
Well, just one last point with that. 67 cents on the dollar when you spend it locally in your community stays within the community. The money that you bring to us to be able to continue doing this on a weekly basis, that money's staying right here in this community. It's keeping all of these guys being able to have a voice. That means a lot because a lot of folks don't have that. Thank you so much. I need to say
Thank
that.
you guys.
Thank you so much.
You guys do a great job here. We're so lucky to be a part of this community. You guys, we don't get down here as much as we'd like. We get busy. We got families, but we love coming down here. And every time we come down here, we have a great time, and we love what you guys are doing. So thank you very much for what you do for Colorado.
We wouldn't exist without you, Tony. I mean, that's the reality of it. Is all of us this ecosystem
Even
that
you,
we
Brian,
have. Well, it's so much bigger than. I mean, and it goes all the way back to the producers, the people who are really bringing food to the forefront of our community, because that's at every level. What you do right there, hundreds and thousands of people every year will stand around that product.
With 10 seconds left, our thanks so much to you guys. We'll continue on. 2020. Our vision is clear. We're going to do this all together. Thank you so much. Always and forever. There they are. All right, local is what it's all about. See you next hour on The Modern Eater.
Okay, that was a great segment, Tony. We're going to talk to Tony a little bit. I want to expand on this. Tony, come on over here, brother. Come on over here.
How's it going, my friend?
Great to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. Sir. And thanks again for all you do for us and the whole culinary community.
Oh, thank you guys. You guys do a great job. So we're just delighted to be a part of it.
Now, for somebody that maybe is tuning in and they're like, I have not heard of them. Why did you start it?
Why did I start? Because I, as a home cook, was always going out for a place to find products. There was not a lot of product specialty in the barbecue community that I could go out to. I was doing a lot of shopping online, and I felt like Denver needed a spot for folks to be able to come in and touch grills, feel grills, find some good seasonings, find, expertise, knowledge for folks to talk to learn. I wanted to, have a place where we could embrace barbecue community and have them come in, and I think that's what we're trying to create and working hard to do every day.
Well, I can tell you, I've been to Proud Souls, and you did all that and more. I mean, we haven't talked about the wood. How many different types of wood do you have there?
How many different types of wood? Well, we got pecan wood, apple wood, cherry wood, hickory, oak, mesquite. If you can name the wood, we even have grape. So a lot of folks that are hunters out there that like to grape wood. Yep, grapevine. It's actually grapevine. So a lot of hunters out there. Venison works really well. It's a nice sweet smoke. Pairs really well with wild game. We even sell that there. So we bring in all our wood. Obviously, Colorado is not a place to source wood unless you're looking for pine or pinyon or that sort of thing. But we bring it in from different parts of the country, and it allows people to pair their proteins with a nice wood that they're cooking on with their barbecues or their smokers.
It's amazing what you've got going. I've got some dear friends, the Korn family. And they're barbecuing. They're barbecuing sons of guns. And I'm always telling them they got to go check out your place. They went over there and they were amazed.
Cool, thank you,
and
Rich.
now
Appreciate
I want
that.
for people like I said that aren't familiar with it, where's your store at? Where's Proud Souls at?
25th and Federal. We're just right up the street. We're less than a mile away from here. 25th and Federal. If you know where Santiago's in, we're on the west side of Federal, just right across the street from Santiago's. Fridays and Saturday mornings, Santiago's can get busy. We got a parking lot in back. We're always there, but it's a lot of fun. We see so many people, which is so cool, not only from Denver Metro, but from the suburbs that will come in and visit us, because barbecue is one of those specialty shops, and people want to learn more and get the products they need to do a great cook in their backyard.
You've done a tremendous job. Now, what days are you open? What days and hours?
We're open, honestly, we're open 7 days a week. So believe it or not, we work our butts off over there. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, and Sunday, 10 to 2. We close a little early on Sundays, but I'm there almost every day of the week. Chris or Dan, we got a few other guys in there we're there every day. So we're helping the community doing whatever we can. So.
You've got an amazing business over there, and I think even if you went there, if let's say a vegan went there, I think you'd turn them into a carnivore.
We get vegans in there all the time. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that do vegetables, tofu on their grills and smokers. We can help them teach that. Believe it or not, I don't eat that much meat anymore. If I did, whatever. But yeah, I'm trying, my friend. I'm trying. But we don't have no problem with produce or vegetables, tofu. You can smoke. If it's a grill, you find a way to cook it. So we tailor all of our needs for not only the carnivores out there, for the vegans and the vegetarians. We're here to help.
It's amazing. If you haven't gone there, truly go there. We can talk about it forever, but in the little welcome, Greg. Welcome.
Oh, Greg.
Which favorite is?
My favorite.
Pellet smokers, wood smokers, green egg, Krieger, Yoder. What's your favorite?
I'm an offset guy, so I cook on a traditional Texas-style offset. We have those in the store. I've run the gamut. I've got a drum smoker at home. I've got a pellet grill at home. I've got just about everything. But when I like to cook and I'm settling down and enjoying a long cook, it's on a traditional offset style cooker.
Our gas grills, Richie, you probably have a gas grill.
Well, I burn everything. Yeah, I don't have the patience, unfortunately, to do what your customers do.
No.
I wish I did, but I sure enjoy it.
We sell gas grills too. We got a great line, Napoleon grills, that are awesome.
It's amazing what
great cookers, natural gas. We build outdoor kitchens too, so we're trying to do it all. So
if you're watching, if you haven't been there, I'm telling you, go there. It's beyond what your expectations can be. I mean, you've got shelves and shelves of rubs, sauces, everything. And, we've got Christmas coming up.
We do have Christmas coming up.
Approximately 50% of the population is male who like to barbecue. Go hook up your Christmas present here. Your favorite guy will love you.
We would love to see you. I'm there almost every day. My friend Chris will be there. Dan, we're all there to help. So come in and see us, please.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. Hey, take a drive. Get on down there. We've got a little bit more. What's a good stocking stuffer?
Stocking stuffer, ThermoWorks, ThermoPen. We always talk about wood in the stocking. What about coal? I mean, I think Greg might get some coal in his stocking, but we got plenty of coal. If you got someone like Greg in your family who needs some coal, we could set you up with that too. So.
The numbers just spiked.
Oh, that's too funny.
We got plenty of stocking stuffers, gift boxes, seasonings, thermometers, everything you need to make your backyard a cook stream.
Buy local.
Yeah.
Buy local. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and also, you've competed in a barbecue competition or two, haven't you?
Yeah,
That guy knows his stuff.
we compete a little bit, so.
It's kind of like going to the Pope, and he's giving you Sunday school. That's what we've got. The Pope of barbecue right here.
I wouldn't go that far. We're doing our
We'll be
best.
back. Oh, that was a good one.
Course, hour number 2 of the Modern Eater.
What are you hungry for?
Here's to a meal we're all here for. Delicious and tasty.
Now we're getting to the good stuff. With your hosts, Greg Hollenbeck, Jay Parker, and Brian Freeman.
I like those guys, all of them, especially Small Business Saturday. Greg Hollenbeck, Brian Freeman, Little Rich Schneider. Boy, we're doing it tonight.
Rocky Mountain Live, right on iHeartRadio, K-House 630. Every Saturday night we're here, but it's a big show, The Modern Eater. Let's talk about
Thanksgiving just happened.
Yes.
It's all about family and Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Sometimes family's just us. I mean, let's face it. Here we are together.
Yeah, or our real family stresses us out so much that our alternative family's better.
Thanks for tuning in and being here with us tonight. Small Business Saturday, it means a lot to us. And I always talk about that whenever there is something out there, there's a necessity, there's a need, it spurs invention.
Well, yes, of course it does.
Right? And then inventions are
I want to create the solution for you.
What do you have? I don't know.
I don't know what your problem is.
Well, I
Let's
need a
talk
peeler.
about it.
I need a peeler, and I'm not very.
Wait. Do you need a peeler, or do I need to process some items that I don't want their peel? Let's take that a little bit deeper, man.
All right, 7 p.m. Here it is. You're on right now, and Max Krieger. Did I say that right, Max?
Krieger works either way.
I know a few Kriegers.
It wasn't Krieger. I'm good with that one.
That's right. We'll go with Krieger. All right, George, stand out of the way there for just a second. But dark side of the what?
Dark side of the spoon industries.
What in the world? What does that mean?
Don't just make sure you put an LLC if you Google it,
the LLC.
because it could get a little interesting for your holiday. You have new conversation.
Yeah, exactly. No, hardcore Floyd fan and longtime chef and restaurant operator, and I just felt the two bonded. It just needed to come together. The symbolism, the backside meaning, everything involved. It just seemed to fit so right.
What is the dark side of the spoon, man? It's like the kitchen that we don't get to see.
Exactly. It's that dark side. You don't want to think and know how that sausage is made, right?
That's right.
And so the dark side of the spoon is that, but also, on a Star Warsy futuristic level, the dark side of the spoon is that next level kitchen stuff. It used to be the rationale, the oven that could do it all. And as the kitchen ever evolves, new technologies coming out every day, and I'm just excited to be a part of the team to bring the Astra Inc. Peloton innovation to the U.S. market.
Okay,
and Greg, he's selling himself short. He really is, because it's so much more than just something a restaurateur could use.
Yes.
This is a product that a manufacturer, a processor, there's other people. He's bringing in some stuff that's next level when it comes to skinning a cat.
full value video, right?
Yeah.
So Facebook.com, go to, like Rich would say, go to one place, themoderneater.com.
And Jay, start now.
That's your one-stop shop to watch this full value. But remember, we are on the radio.
Absolutely.
So you
You've
need
gotta
to describe what you're doing. Thank you, sir. He's got an apple on a spit.
Yeah, so what we got here is our countertop model. This is the 750A. This model is designed for individual use, countertop, easy to clean, easy to operate. And I'll show you real quick. I'm going to talk and move at the same time. That's how good of the machine it is. So once you've set up from a range of pre-programmed items or custom, depending on the operation and the needs.
Wait, now set up. Do you scan it? Do you download an app, or what? How do you interface with this?
How does it know it's an apple?
So this is going to come programmed with 12 commonplace fruits, but everything we do, we can update via Bluetooth. So you guys, if you're focused on beets, if you're focused on lemons, oranges, if it's not something that's in there, persimmons, yuzu, something out of the ordinary, we can go ahead and program.
But you've got a computer in this thing right here.
Absolutely.
This is
I'm looking
way
for big
bigger.
things out of this.
Heck
I
yeah.
want to make sure that this is much more efficient than me, the most efficient man in the world.
So this is so much more than blades and gears. This is Japanese intuitive technology inside here. This is a real computer.
It better be
and
good,
a thinking
man.
brain. And I'll go ahead and show you. It goes and it peels and peels and peels. And the beautiful thing about this,
man,
yeah, look at that.
Okay, wait. I want my
Minimal
peel
walls.
to have fancier edges. Can you do that?
Bevel
Fancier.
it?
So currently,
Brian,
if you want to go ahead and do the noodle game, there are attachments for it. But right now, this is really designed for production.
But you could use that.
Sure,
so I'm giving
if
you.
you
There's
wanted to-
part of me
how about
that's
this
just
one?
giving
Now,
you a
wait a
real
minute.
hard time because that's beautiful.
When I get to beets, you're going to take a look, and yes, absolutely. If you're a chef that likes to design for plates, if you're a bartender that wants to use for cocktails, if you're a pastry chef that wants to go ahead and use it, if you're a sustainable, no waste kind of kitchen, this is perfect. But I also want you guys to notice the minimal dig into the flesh, the minimal oxidization. This is a really nice, perfect
Max,
product.
can I stop you for a second? Because as a restaurant owner, I know that a lot of folks really love labor costs.
Yes.
And they love to pay out
Extra.
Extra, yeah. I mean, the money is just there. It truly, something like this, I want somebody to take 1 minute, 2 minutes per apple to be able to do what you're doing right
Pay
now.
them high for a labor-intensive.
Why would you save me on labor costs?
So the first thing is machine is not replacing your employee. This is making your employees more productive. Each and every hour you're going to gain from that. Along with that, in this modern day and age, everyone wants to work in a kitchen that has the nice new toys, right? Nobody wants to go to an old, dingy, dirty kitchen. This is a great way to keep employees happy, mesmerizing. Thousands of internet videos, people just watching them all night.
Here's where producer Jay Parker, take that pin out of your mouth, Jay.
But let me ask a quick question.
Hold on,
is
just
that
one
a Prius?
second.
Is that a Prius payment?
Yeah, okay, so this is not cheap if you are comparing it to the commercial model or the retail models that you might find on Amazon, $39.99.
Oh, no. Come on.
Okay,
This is a few
while you're
$1,000
doing this,
equipment.
I want Jay to be our color, our play-by-play. What are we looking at here, Jay? A longtime kitchen guy.
There's not a lot of time to talk about it. He
got 3
sticks
minutes,
it,
babe.
I'm saying he sticks it on the skewer, right? He hits go, and then 4 seconds later you're done peeling. But what he said. Max, is what you said, Max, is when you said, listen, this isn't replacing the employee altogether, right?
No.
It's not a whole robot that's going to
would,
do it. But it's if you tell, employee A, hey, listen, you have to peel 2 cases of apples for the applesauce. Now that employee can do it in 20 minutes versus 4.5 hours.
Jay, you're a genius because that was something that you talked about, Max, is actually giving folks motivating tools that make their life happier that they want to use.
Exactly. And so this keeps things exciting in the kitchen. And to give you guys the example, that once it's peeled, absolutely, go ahead. If you guys want to make beet noodles in a non-traditional way, this is a great way to do it. You want to make this for a cocktail rimming, I'll show you some zesting that you can do. If you're a bartender that wants to do lemon drops, there you go. Look at that beet candy.
Is it out of the question for me to say I want to be on the peeler tonight?
Yeah.
I want to be on the peeler tonight. Look at that thing.
So it's super efficient because without efficiency, you wouldn't have a better mousetrap, right? So as I've talked, I've gone ahead, I've peeled the apple, I've peeled pear, I've peeled the beet. Quick and easy breakdown, no tools necessary to go ahead and change components. So I can go ahead and if you're a full-time production caterer, for example, you got Epicurean out there, you got Footers. There's so many I could name.
We could sell a mother load of these.
Heck yeah, we can, and that's
yeah,
why
well,
we're here, right?
I look at someone like Jensen Cummings, who
There you
does
go.
his like little slotted. You know, I got a slot for you here. This ribbon. We'll just call it ribbon.
I'm going to tie that around you real nice, like a bow.
So go ahead.
That is so cool.
After you finish with your apples, you finish with your beets, you finish with your pears, go ahead and load in your kiwis.
What's the coup de grace? Like, just knock me off my socks right now.
So, unfortunately, we don't have the model here, but we do have currently ready to go what we call our pineapple-later, designed for pineapples, mangoes, melons. We get a 15 to 20% increased yield. That's the other side. When you talk about hand peeling, you're talking about unmotivated people that you're paying, well, geez, these days 12, 13, 15 bucks an hour even. But this,
try like 15 or 18.
There you go. And
Thank
that's
you.
peeling, and when they're going, they're not thinking about, how much they're peeling away, how much is getting lost. They really don't care how nice the round cuts are at the
Can
end
you
of the
peel
day.
your hand off?
So can I peel my hand off? Absolutely. If I was to be
Yes, you can.
enjoying the Colorado goodies,
hey.
sure. This is a piece of machinery that is designed with rotating steel blades.
You need to be careful.
I was going to say.
Absolutely. And
Greg,
you can see
that's a
it.
great
Sometimes
point.
you get oblong fruit. Nothing is perfect, so you still need the human element to kind of clean it up and finish. But again, you can see how much we've done in just a short
10
period of
minutes.
time.
That would take
I mean, I'd say, is there a fail-safe, if I get my pinky in between the kiwi and the blade,
Yeah,
but it's
I think
all
there's
over
a
in...
fail-safe. Stop people from smoking marijuana in the kitchen.
There you go. Exactly.
It's all over in a second.
Yeah, make sure your shifty is down to one shot.
Yeah.
By the time you have an accident, you're like, well, it's peeled.
Max, what do you want to leave us with?
I want to leave you guys with the idea that innovation and technology in today's kitchen, it doesn't have to be for huge production facilities either. Anybody can gain and gain a value from this.
You just can't stop.
No,
Yeah,
I can't.
you
Here
took
we
off your
go.
blade, though. What
Yeah,
are you
so-
going to do here?
So I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to put in a different blade. We swapped it out to
Look
a lemon.
at this. So, see, hey, this is, I got to tell
He's
you.
zesting right now.
There are, whether it's a bartender, listen, if you're working in a high volume bar and you've got someone for 2 hours just sitting there peeling to get the zest for the ride on martinis, listen, hello, there's more applications for this than the average person knows.
Innovation is what we're talking about tonight in small businesses. This was a cool one.
There you go.
And
Lemon drop.
the
Set it
name.
again. You're going to go ahead. Perfect for any kind of hotel buffet that's going to run Supremes. You can go ahead and cut Supremes out of the oranges, out of lemons.
Perfect.
Dark Side of the Spoon.
Dark Side of the Spoon Industries, LLC. Check us out on Facebook, talking about small business. We're launching in 2020, so we really appreciate you guys giving us a platform to get started. But we're here to design to help all operators get better efficiency, higher yields through technology.
Yeah, and no apron needed.
Yeah, exactly. Look at this.
He's-
Dress shirt and all.
he's got
By the
dress
way,
shirt
did
and
you
all.
notice that? I mean,
Max Krieger, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Dark
guys.
Side of the
Appreciate
Spoon.
that.
That was a fun segment. Coming up next, another innovation that you need. Well, maybe if you're a brewer. You want to learn about Fermly? Then stick around. Danny and Emily Wang, they're up next right here on the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Boy, Greg, I never thought we'd see a peeler on the table here. Wow. and everyone's so interested, too. That's amazing. Hey, I've got my friend Mario here from PB Love. You heard him earlier on the table on a couple segments. Mario, let's touch base on what you see your role as a leader in the culinary community.
Culinary community. All right. Well, definitely, I feel being a part of the food industry here in Denver is something very special. It's a wonderful community, and a lot of great people are doing a lot of great things. But really, it's all about, if I had to sum it up, modeling the way. You model the way as an entrepreneur, you model the way as an owner, as a leader, as a teammate. And if I can do that, if I can inspire a shared vision, that's I'm doing my job. If our team is happy, if our customers are happy, and if I'm happy, then we're good.
Now,
Thank
I'll tell
you.
you, when you talk to Mario, you're talking to one of the best in the biz. You make your decisions based on the long game, and you're all admired for it. Hey, we're going to be back in a few seconds. I don't know if we've got another peeler on the table, but we'll find out. We'll be right back.
Parker here for Encore Energy. How much are you paying for your natural gas? Wouldn't you like to save 10 to 20% on your natural gas bill? Of course you would. You're not crazy. Encore Energy and Brian Rizzuto can do just that. Save you money. Give Brian a call, 720-245-5771. Maybe you own a restaurant or a brewery and use a ton of natural gas. This is how you save money. Get a free savings review from Brian Rizzuto and Encore Energy. Call Brian at 720-245-5771. Save 10 to 20% on your
there's one more spot. Now
It's a distillery. It's a place to hang. It's about quality. It's about taste. It's about passion. With American
20 seconds till every
Rocker whiskey, Rocker rum, Rocker vodka. Get ready for an original look, feel, and experience. Old Town Littleton. And if you get hungry while you're sipping
10 seconds,
they've got the best food truck line in town. Open Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Can you get me, man, or what?
RockerSpirits.com. RockerSpirits.com.
I don't look high.
Back to the show in just a minute, you guys. But before we do that, we're going to talk about Aspen Baking one more time. In case you missed it, we've got the PB Love Company in studio, and they brought some delicious nut butter. And there'd be nothing better than some Aspen Baking bread to put some of that on. However, we don't have any, so that's kind of a spoiler. But it just makes you want it more, Freeman. It just makes you want it more.
It does.
How do you
Cody Ann Hollis, come on down.
Cody Ann and Hollis.
Some of the best sales reps in the industry working at Aspen Baking Bread
That's
Company.
right. How's your Aspen? That's a hashtag that they use. I didn't make that up to be inappropriate.
And I love gluten. Find that online.
Give them a try at aspenbaking.com. Whether you're into hoagies, focaccias, ciabattas, baguettes, croissants, bear claws, lobster rolls, pound cakes, coffee cakes, Brian, box lunches. They do catering.
I was going to ask you, can they cater my office with a box lunch?
They can cater your office, and they cater it with some of the most delicious bread being made here locally. And it's none of the junk, no preservatives, no artificial coloring, no chemicals. Here's the website one more time, you guys, and then it's back to the show. It's aspenbaking.com.
Yo, what's up? This is Justin Brunson, Culture Meat and Cheese in Denver Central Market. I'm a meat guy. And you're listening to the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
I talked to Justin today, really hard-working chef here. He's got a lot of projects going on. He's like, man, small business, I just want to give all of the restaurants up. Just want to end it right now.
Well,
14-hour day, every day. That's what it takes. Small Business Saturday. It's an interesting endeavor. If you got the fever, you got the fever. Some do, some don't. But here's the interesting thing. Small businesses, what do they want to be?
Well,
they want to be a big business, Brian.
Yes, but
all right, don't give me all this fluffy stuff.
I'll go back to it though, because there is this big question, and there's been a big debate online recently about the fact if you're a small business and you get big,
economics.
That's
what I want to talk about.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Hold on.
I don't agree with that.
You don't even know what I'm saying. You're going to say you don't.
No, I don't agree with what I just said.
Okay. Yeah. You don't agree with what you just said. Why'd you say it then? Here we go. Small businesses, you want to grow. Economics, that was what I did. Economics, that's what I went to school for.
Well, but how big do you want to grow? Is it a lifestyle? Is it a hobby?
No.
Is it,
Here's the question. What do you do with your business when you've grown? What's your ethos? What do you believe in? How do you treat your business that was a small business that now you're a big business? I have a feeling this is going to be a big business someday.
Well, we certainly hope so.
I think it will. And I was, listen, I apologize for that. But here they're joining us right now. And Danny, Emily, Wang, thank you for coming to the show. Fermly is the product. And this is a really cool thing. I read and I read and I read and I said, this is way over my pay grade. So I'm going to defer to you guys. Please just tell us about Fermly.
Well, originally, Fermly was designed to be a mobile lab that could go to breweries and offer them the QA and QC help that they couldn't really have on premise. Because, frankly,
hold on, QA,
QC, quality assurance and quality control. So we decided we wanted to bring that to breweries in a way more accessible way. We wanted to give them access to what Coors has, what Odell has. But it's financially not feasible for everybody.
So I'll jump in. We have experienced a lot of breweries that come through here. A lot of people, home brewers. I want to be a brewery. I'm being a brewery now. But what does it take to actually go from the love of being a home brewery or somebody that home brews to being a business and having that quality consistency where you guys can jump in, right?
when a brewery opens, when a brewery is out on the market, you're being judged by people that drink your beers, people that want to have something they can always count on.
Wait, that's called consistency.
Exactly.
I mean, I want to have the same beer if I liked it. I want to come back and have the same beer that I liked.
Are you sure?
Not a different beer. Yeah, no. I mean, don't do the switch and bank.
Same name.
Yeah.
Different beer.
Don't show me the horse and sell me the donkey.
So what do you guys think? What do you do?
Even small breweries, tiny ones that have tap rooms that don't do a whole lot. They don't package. They don't have bottles or cans. They still have the regulars that come into the tap rooms that expect that same thing. And when you breach that trust with the consumer, you as a business have a couple of issues. I'm not getting into that right now, but
how do they even know they're doing it wrong, Danny? I mean, how do they?
That's a great question.
Seriously,
Great question.
because I've been brewing it the same exact way.
Yeah.
But I didn't know something
Same
different got
recipe.
into my tank. It's the same.
Of course.
Well, there's a lot of aspects to it, but the first way that a brewery is able to tell whether or not something has gone wrong is usually on the sensory. They can taste it. They can taste, well, this one isn't quite right.
It's a little bit
Wait,
off.
though,
It's a
can
little
you
bit
test gravity? I can't taste gravity.
And
Can
first
you?
of all,
Exactly.
Emily questioned my palate earlier, which was
Oh.
great. But
As
and
she
a lot of
should.
and a lot of times, as she should.
Yeah.
I tasted a little something different in the beer, and she corrected me, and I said, "Okay, you're absolutely right with that." But that consistency is what we're looking for. For folks, we have a lot of breweries, a lot of brewers.
Yes, we do.
Zach Christopherson. Thanks for tuning in. He's sitting right here with us right now.
Hey, Zach, how's it going?
Yeah, hey, Zach.
Long time no see or
Yeah.
talk.
Happy, no
been
kidding,
2
Zach.
days.
Happy late birthday.
Yeah, please show up to the dance every once in a while. But talk to the Zachs of the world, or talk to whomever, the breweries that listen to this show, and say, here's what we have, here's what we're doing, and we'd like to appeal to you.
Well, the way I think of our business and the way that we've specifically designed it is we want you to know when everything's going right. You find your groove. You want to keep it. You have that perfect malt bill. You know the exact hops to have that right beer. Yeah. And you know you have a medal winner. Well, frankly, we want you to be able to make that every single time. And just on sensory, just on what you have available in the brewery, it's not going to help you get that full extra bit. Right now, a lot of breweries are running a race, and sometimes they need that extra kick, that little extra edge at the end. And that's through knowing your fermentation quality, that's knowing your gravity, and it's not just sitting there using your hydrometer or your refractometer.
Those are great tools.
They are. They're great for as you're going along, but you want to know at the end of the day what's going on. We use equipment that, frankly, Coors uses.
So I was going to ask,
The macros.
is this proprietary, what you guys have?
The process is very well published. There are several groups, scientific groups within the community that really says, hey, look, this is how you're supposed to measure one certain thing. That's not a secret. We're not making that a secret. It's not proprietary for us. For us, our big thing is how do we help the brewers? How do we build a community and share in the knowledge that we gain from everybody else? How do we make sure, help every brewer make the best beers they possibly could?
And how do we make it affordable? Because we want it so that you can afford to have it for every beer that you care about without having to put forward 6 figures.
So, Emily, Danny, let me throw something at you. Think about this, creating some IP, because that's what you need to do, because you don't want anyone like Coors coming in.
Intellectual property.
And
is that what you're
yes,
saying?
exactly. And if you do that, I think what it is the kind of report that you're giving people, because create something that is unique to you and that no one else can do it, or they have to pay you to do it.
This, they're like,
I look at this.
So we've decided to approach it not from a service perspective. We approached it from a technology startup perspective. We realize that data is useless unless you have access to it. And so you can look at a sheet of paper and you can know a lot about that one beer. But how is that going to help you 6 brews down the line? How's that going to help you on your next brew?
I know.
And it's the same case that we run into every time.
Because we're like the Today Show, and we're constantly moving, and you'll be back many times. And actually, you guys,
yes, I love you guys. Just so you know, the two of you, I think you are like magic in a bottle, and you two will be billionaires someday.
Well,
if you stay on this course of what you're doing.
I think that their product's a little elusive for folks and the end users. Like, still, I don't even really know what they offer or what they're talking about. But what I want you to do, Danny, is just take a very concise 1 minute to say, brewers, here is what we are. Here's what we mean to you, and I want you to take that minute to say, this is the action plan.
This is why you need me.
To the brewers out there, listen, we all want the best product out possible. We want to understand more about what we're doing. We know we're good at sensory. We know we're good at brewing. We're great at doing your recipes, brewing a beer out, and saying, hey, does it taste good? We know that. There are just simply things that the human senses just cannot quantify. And there's just so much more to knowing all of your data going forward, from batches you've done 4, 6, 8, 10 months ago to how am I doing now. There's something about being able to track, and that's a tentpole to consistency.
Is this a complete replicatable process? Is that right?
It should be.
It should be.
It should be.
Okay.
Right.
So replication. Why can I say that tonight? All right.
Replicatable.
So
I want to make this over and over the exact same
way.
every time.
And it's not for you, the brewer. It's for your consumers. It's
Yes.
for your biggest fans. It's for the people that shout your name from the rooftops. That's why you do it.
Yeah, do this for us. The brewery that's coming up next. How do you talk about them? What are you going to say?
As of now, I would say, hey, let's talk about where you're at. We're always curious to know what you're doing, why you're doing it,
New brewery.
how you're doing it. Of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What's your ethos? What are you trying to do? Yes, we like to learn. Our goal is to be community. There's no other word that for what we do. We're not here just to get stuff out of breweries. We just want to, honestly, we love beers.
Yeah, we love
beers.
good beer.
We love going out.
All
we love
these.
drinking. These are all part of our family. We're talking about Holidaily, Black Project,
man.
Joyride, Jagged Mountain, Resolute, and Outer Range.
And these are all people that have taken an active way of approaching quality in their brewery. They've gone forward and said, you know what, I want to know a little bit more. And we have ones that these are their flagships. And then we have ones where this is their one-off.
Yeah, I agree.
And even if it's a one-off, they want to know about what's going on in that beer. And that's what's interesting is we have these people that are just, I want to know that this one beer is always reliable.
Since we're here.
And then
Yes,
we have
thank
other
you
people
for
that are
here.
just
Thank you,
like,
Danny.
well, I kind of want to just have a little bit of idea of what's going on in this barrel. Because barrels are fun.
Barrels
They're
are
so
fun, yes.
And when you add in bacteria, you add in super fun yeast like Brettanomyces. If you have diastaticus and you know how to use it and you're not packaging it, it can be a really fun way to enjoy a beer.
Unbelievable, because these are all heavy hitters that are sitting
Yes,
on the
they
table
are.
with us. You want to be a heavy hitter, that's what it amounts to. Come back, look these guys up. How do they find you?
Well,
Online, obviously,
Yeah.
Fermly.com, Facebook.com/Fermly LLC. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. Big part of what we want to do is to build some awareness into what quality means. And there's a lot behind the scenes. We think of it as
We want to
how it's
tell-
made, right?
Yeah, and we want to tell brewers how they're doing things right. And the thing is that lab has almost become a dirty word, like how you personally
Sure.
might hate the word finances.
Oh, yeah. Yes, thank you.
Everybody hears finances,
Thanks for
and
bringing it up.
they immediately go, nope, bad place, don't want to talk about
Yep.
it. And when brewers hear lab, a lot of them hear like, nope, don't want to talk about
They
it.
feel like you're telling them you're doing something wrong. That's not our approach.
And I feel like the way that we've built our business and our goal is to tell you everything you're doing right so you can do it again.
And do it the best you can.
Yeah, Fermly. I love it. Fermly.
Firmly know your
Obviously,
beer.
Yeah, firmly know your beer,
Be
but
firmly.
the fermentation process, it's all good. And these guys will talk to you one-on-one. Get a hold of you.
Cheers,
Website again?
Thank you. Fermly is how I spell Fermly.com.
Perfect.
As in
Come check us out.
fermentation.
Fermly.com.
Fermentationally.
These are cool. We have a brewery up next. It's in gestation. They're going to be releasing. And Zymos Brewing Company, Alex Tift and James Coulter, they'll be up next right here on the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Woo, that was strong. Hey, those guys are firmly in our memories. Thank you very much. Little Rich with Big Max. Max, we go way back. Us.
Yes,
a
decade plus.
Yeah, so Max reaches out and he's like, hey, I've got this cool thing. I got to show it. And so thanks. Where are you at we're talking about small businesses, startup businesses. Where are you at in your business?
Sure. So it took a little bit of time. We negotiated with a company in Japan to get on board as the U.S. distributor for this item. But I mean, hey, we're launching in 2020. We're still working on a website. But like we mentioned, the key is that we have product to sell and we're ready to go.
Yeah, I'll take that. I mean, people have got a fancy logo and all that stuff, but they've got no product. You kind of reversed it, but you got the product, baby. That was incredible.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, I can see myself. I'm thinking I want to call John Hinman and tell him about this. So when he's making his pies, man, he can get them peeled right away.
Well, we appreciate any love we can get.
No, that's awesome. So, Max, how do we get a hold of you about this?
Absolutely. So you can find us on Facebook through Dark Side of the Spoon Industries, LLC, or feel free to reach out and give us a call here locally in Denver. We love doing demos. We have machines ready to get out to customer hands. Give us a call, 303-883-7203. Again, 303-883-7203. Or again, check us out on Facebook, Dark Side of the Spoon Industries, LLC.
Thanks, Max.
Thanks, Rich.
Doesn't carry it? Call us. We'll come direct. You want a custom item? We'll do that too. Samples and, of course, sausage jokes can be had by contacting me directly at chris@romesausage.com or by phone at 303-296-7663. The modern eater loves Rome sausage, and I know you will too.
Wear black and eat spices. Hey, Modern Eater listeners, this is Zach from The Spice Guy, Colorado's favorite spice company. Spice is the variety of life. At The Spice Guy, we have a passion for sourcing the best ingredients from the best farmers all over the world. Choose from thousands of different GMO-free spices and ingredients, or let us create and blend custom flavor profiles for whatever style of food it is that you're working with. With over 1,000 restaurants, food brands, and chefs behind us, you can't go wrong when you choose The Spice Guy for all your spice needs. The Spice Guy.
Spicy.
Born in Breck, raised in Denver.
TheSpiceGuyCo.com.
Listen up, barbecue lovers. Greg Hollenbach here for Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions. Proud Souls is Denver's authority of all things barbecue. Do you rule your neighborhood with the best backyard barbecue? From beginners to pitmasters, Proud Souls has all the equipment you could possibly want. A variety of wood, pellet, and charcoal grills and smokers. Award-winning pitmasters and owners of Proud Souls, Dan and Tony, have a passion for barbecue, and it shows. Located on 25th and Federal, Proud Souls retail store is bursting at the seams with your barbecuing
30 seconds.
The Spice Guy spices and superior flavored fuels for your pit like hickory, mesquite, oak, pecan, cherry, apple, peach, maple, grape, and a variety of blends. Hit their website, ProudSoulsBBQ.com, for delicious hands-on barbecue.
Next break. That's next break.
Promotions and deals for the best in barbecue, locally owned and
5 seconds till the open starts.
Guys, Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions. That's ProudSoulsBBQ.com.
Hi, this is Lori Midson. I'm a food hack, a.k.a. food writer. I was just told that I should cut my lines. And you're listening to The Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Mix up.
Thanks. Welcome back. It's the Modern Eater Show, live from Studio Kitchen, Colorado, as we continue on a Small Business Saturday. Once a year, but why does it have to be once a year, Brian?
It should be every day, man.
Every single day.
Every single day.
Support your local people. 67 cents on the dollar stays in the community, and that's exactly
You
what
got that fact from me, right? And out of my research, or no?
TV.
Did you? Oh, did you? Okay.
That was on TV. That was on the news.
Oh, was it recently or when?
Yeah, well,
just the other night. I spouted that stout out.
You did?
Yeah.
Spouted the stat.
Spouted that stat out.
New business right here. What do you think? Alex Tift and James Coulter, Zymos Brewing Company.
That's right.
That's us, yeah.
Man, cool, right? I just want to talk about your hair for about 15 minutes, but
It's real blue.
It's real blue. That was good. That was hilarious to say.
It's true. It's 100% true.
Is that the color is real blue? Or
Well, I mean, you can argue with me, but...
No, I love it. Well, but what I love more, I'll tell you, is I've already been touting your ginger beer tonight because it's a non-alcoholic. You got it, which I need all day long. And all of us need it, actually. All the time, I encourage everyone to pace themselves as we're on these holidays because we all hit it hard. We all want to dive deep into the deep end. Oh, yes, we do.
I always think about tomorrow.
Even if you do, some of us can be with tomorrow. But I'm just encouraging people to take a break and try something like the ginger brew that these guys. It's a ginger ale. It's just ginger, and they're using fresh ginger.
Zymos Brewing Company. You guys, what's the deal? We talk about small businesses. Are you guys crazy? You're getting into the brewing company. They're shutting down breweries right now. Don't you know that? Don't you read?
Oh, we're absolutely nuts, but we're super excited.
What are you excited about? What's going on?
So we love the community. Craft Brew is a really, really awesome group of really awesome people.
Totally is.
And we're so excited to be able to bring more of that into Westminster.
Rich called it your coming out party tonight, right? I mean, kind of, a little bit. But can you introduce us to really what this is about? Do you have a tap room? Where are you brewing at? Like, give us the whole lowdown.
So we're not brewing right now. We're in construction. We are just about to submit all of our permits for approvals.
Oh, lucky you.
Wait, whoa, slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down. You're just one half of this.
Yeah,
Somebody is brewing around here.
He is brewing.
Come on, James is just, what is this, chump change over there?
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so I currently am the head brewer for Colorado Plus out in Wheat Ridge, Colorado. So the stuff that I brought to taste is obviously from them. I have to give them respect and hype out the brown and the ginger ale, which they let me bring today, but definitely kind of a sampling of the styles and quality that I produce.
But they're friends, and they're supportive of small business, and so they're helping you. Right, James? I mean, this isn't just somebody, you're like, I'm working for them, I don't mention them, they don't mention me.
It's interesting because McCrossin, there's so many people that come out of breweries. It's like, I love my brewery, I've been a head brewer, I've done this, assistant brewer, and now I'm going on to my other adventure. You're going on to your other adventure right now.
Yeah, it's really cool for me because I get to be a head brewer and owner.
What's the dream? Tell me the dream.
Dream is to be able to do all the cool, fun beers and keep it rotational, keep it fresh without having to worry about that constant bland beer.
James, is he? Are you an architecture that snapped? Are you a finance guy that snapped? I mean, you got more money, than to deal with. You're going through business life. Oh, that's you. Okay, fantastic. I knew somebody was, but it's you. It's not an easy business. You're getting into it. You're going to build a tap room. Where's the location?
We are
88th and Wadsworth.
88th and Wadsworth. All right.
Nice. Okay, I know that area well. There's an old mall there, remember?
Is that Arvada?
Like it's been torn down. No. This is Westy. This is right at the, if you get off on the Sheridan exit on Highway 36 and you go left. But go deeper on it because he makes cider. We're just barely I'm going to pry it out of you, James.
It's not there
if this
yet.
takes it. No, he does. He already makes cider. He loves it. This guy has a passion that's wide, and we're like, I need a pickaxe. We're gold digging here. Come on, James. Bring it to us.
Yeah, so I like I said, I run a brew pub. I run a cidery pub out in Golden, and
a whole cidery pub out in Golden. Oh, let me remember that.
So I've gotten to do a lot of fun fermentation on the alcohol side, which I love. That's kind of my passion. Like you said, previously I was in videography, so I decided to change. Went for that alcohol side, did the brew pub. Then last year we started with a new project of doing a cidery, and then this year we started to do our own thing with Zymos.
Alex?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You just jump right into that?
Dream come
I'm all
true.
in, right?
Yeah, really. I'm super, super excited to be able to actually do this. Like I said, you said somebody has to have snapped. I'm the engineer that snapped.
You snapped? I sniffed it out.
Yep. So that's me. And, I've been a craft beer enthusiast for ages. I liked craft beer before I liked James.
But he fit nicely.
Well, actually, I found his craft beer. And, we started working festivals together. We started brewery hopping together. And the community, like I've said, I'm going to keep dragging this back to community because I absolutely love
Thank you,
the
because that was
community
my
and craft
segue.
beer.
Brewers Association would say 20% distribution, 80% tap room, 88th and Wadsworth is where you guys wanted to settle in at. The area around you, the community around you, are you going to get a good reception?
We sure hope so.
Yeah.
There's not a lot up there in the way of craft breweries, and being in the suburbs, it's hard to actually find a community. So we want to be a place where people can come and hang out, and they can talk, and they can play board games or run meetup groups.
Are you going to have TVs?
No.
No TVs?
No TVs.
I like that. That's kind of like Horse and Dragon up in Fort Collins when we went to, it was like we stepped back into a different world. Like time stopped right inside a Horse and Dragon.
Why, just because there wasn't
it was
a TV
games, and it was just folks that just wanted to be around each other. And I think that's pretty interesting because, so beer emphasis, you've got some other loves of your life where you can do seltzer?
We may do some seltzer.
I bet you will.
Seltzer is real hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun.
It's fun.
It adds a challenge. It lets me be creative and kind of play with flavors. I've currently done a few and kind of went with cocktail inspiration with them. So with Zymos, I'm kind of looking at more floral, kind of taking some of those more exotic extracts.
I'm going to do two things. Zymos first, name.
Means it's kind of a play off of the root for fermentation and life in Greek.
Why wouldn't it be? Right? How do you work with? Have you worked with Fermly?
We have.
Say something nice about them.
Oh, they're awesome. They've done a lot of testing for Colorado Plus, and everything that I've seen come out of them has been phenomenal.
Need consistency? James, do you have consistency issues?
I hope I don't have consistency issues, but they make my life a lot easier by checking and balancing what I'm doing and making sure we're putting out the best product we can.
All right, crystal ball time. It's on the table. We're looking into it. 2 years from now, where are you at? Zymos.
I'm hoping to see us expand into the next stage and do more barrel aging and sour program.
I'd like that. He's
Alex?
already on the bus. It hasn't pulled up yet.
What's your crystal ball?
Oh, no, he's right there with me. Hopefully we can get open and start making money in this first year, and hopefully the reception is amazing so that we actually have to upsize our tanks. We have to upsize our brew house. We can start looking at, like you said, a sour program, a barrel-aged program. We're starting with a fooder program, which those of you not in beer may not know. Fooders are wood aging vessels, so we're starting with a fooder program where we can age our beers in wood vessels. It's a little different than barrels because they haven't been used before, but we want to expand into all kinds of fun things, new, interesting beers, but still having the standards that everybody wants.
All right, let's see. Oh, you guys have a great connection, but I want to give you 30 seconds, 15 seconds apiece. You can put it together why you should come see us and when you can do it.
We're looking to open in Q2 of 2020, so April or May, and you should come see us because we're going to be super cool and have really good beer.
Love it. These guys are great. And organic blue hair.
I dig it.
You might be
free range.
Free range blue hair. Like it a lot. James, Alex, you guys are totally. I want to follow this progress that you have. I think is going to be a good hit because the passion that you have, it's right there where you need to be. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
There they are. All right, Zymos Brewing Company, 88th and Wadsworth. Do you ever get up there?
Yes, I do.
It's going to be a destination spot for me, but I'll be there. And the opening, that's going to be a fun time. Coming up, booze in the news. You know that, right? All the booze news you can use. It'll be next right here on the Modern Eater Show. And these are fun, guys, because we had an email. Reach out to us. You said, I listen to the show. I see what you guys are doing. I'm on to your game. I want to know what you can do for us. How can we get involved with your brand? We can do that for you. Meridiem Spirits, they're next. Daniel Eckert, Alex and Sue Tudor, they'll be on the show. That's up next. We'll finish it up. Small Business Saturday, right here. Studio Kitchen, Colorado, the Modern Eater Show.
Woo! Great. Another one, Greg. It is the best show ever. So now I've got Alex.
Alex.
From Meridiem Spirits. And look at this. I've got a bottle of vodka from batch 1. Batch number 1. And I don't even drink, but I feel like I have to be very careful.
It's pretty coveted, so yeah. Lock it up.
Potent stuff. So Meridiem Spirits, where does the name Meridiem come from?
Meridiem is actually the M in AM and PM, so anytime is a good time for a cocktail.
Very nice, very nice. Well, thanks so much for reaching out to us. I know this next segment is going to be one. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's last. everyone's had a cocktail or two, had a lot
Maybe.
of fun. Usually we save the best for last, and I think we did tonight, too.
I won't tell anybody if you won't.
I won't. So how do we get a hold of you?
We are locally at about 40 retail stores in Denver Metro. We do not have a tasting room, though, so hang tight for that. That will come next.
Well, Meridiem Spirits, look it up, Google it. They're going to be around. You're going to learn a whole lot more about them. In just a minute, we'll be right back.
With Growers Organic and the Modern Eater Talk Show. Do you care about where your food comes from? I do. Do you want loyalty from customers who care about that as well? I can help by providing top quality organic produce with reliable delivery, knowledgeable sales team who genuinely care about how food is grown, transported, and served. Chefs, Growers Organic will ensure you have excellent ingredients for your next James Beard dinner, your nightly specials, or your regular menu items. Join the organic revolution and go organic with Growers Organic. Look us up online at growersorganic.com.
Hey, chef friends, it's
30 seconds till I read.
Rocalitas Tortillas. Rocalitas, known for hyper-local, innovative, and healthy tortillas and chips, served by Colorado's top chefs, and that's why we only use Colorado Mills sunflower oil. If you, too, want to serve the healthiest, most vibrant-tasting foods, you use Colorado Mills. Colorado Mills is hyper-local, Colorado-grown, cold-pressed in Lamar, Colorado. Whether you bake, fry, or saute, get your Colorado Mills today.
5 seconds.
Organic and Dawn Foods. For the best oil in the business, use Colorado Mills.
Okay, cool. Back to the show in just a minute, but I have to tell you, this is a small business. This is one we love. It's Jeff Rourke and A-Plus Beverage Solutions. What do? They install premium tap lines, and they do the maintenance. That's the big thing, the maintenance. Jay Parker.
Yes, sir.
Maintenance. So how many years have you been in the business? 40 years?
28, pushing 29.
A lot of years in the business. There's nothing worse than pouring beer that's inefficient.
Mm-hmm. I do it all the time.
What does it look like?
Looks like foam. And it looks like money.
Does it look like money?
It looks like money to me.
Foam and money, that's not what you want to do because it's an easy resolve. And what do?
You call Jeff Rourke and A-Plus Beverage Solutions
right.
at 720-272-3809.
Wait, Brian didn't have his pin, but I have to tell you more
Give it to me one more
about
time.
Jeff Rourke and A-Plus Beverage Solutions. As we salute folks on Small Business Saturday, these are folks that have supported the Modern Eater Show since the beginning of time. If you're a restaurant, a bar, a brewery, you've got the wheels falling off you. You need maintenance. You want an Adeline, a water, a coffee, a nitro. These guys can do it. Jeff Rourke and A-Plus Beverage Solutions. Foam is money. If you're pouring inefficient beer, what are you doing, boys?
You're pouring your money down the drain.
Don't pour your money down the drain. You need to get a hold of Jeff Rourke and A-Plus Beverage Solutions, 720-272-3809. 720-272-3809. Jeff Rourke and A-Plus Beverage Solutions.
Now it's time for the Modern Eaters Booze in the News segment.
I like my beer cold, my meat grilled, and my entertainment explosive.
All we need is a chair and a cooler beer.
Here's your booze news.
Yes, indeedy, Mr. Tweedy. Booze in the news. It's all the booze news you can use on the Modern Eater Show. It's a cool one, Daniel. First of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I love your email.
I appreciate that.
I mean, you just reach out. You never know. I mean, because we're community. We're very, very small business oriented.
You don't know if you don't ask is what I would always say to people.
Daniel Eckert joining us, Alex and Sue Tudor, and Meridiem Spirits right in the house tonight. Let's give a big whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Come on, yeah. That's what it's all about. New stuff. We love to talk about business. You guys are going to be back a million times. But I want to just start with who you guys are. Who wants to take the lead? Alex?
I do, yeah. My mom and I, Sue Tudor, decided, why wouldn't you start a distillery in Colorado? Why wouldn't you? Right?
Why wouldn't you? Yeah.
My background is in food science, microbiology, so
Really?
I had the fermentation science part covered. Thought that I could just take the reins and go from there, and we got Dan on board to kind of help the other pieces that we kind of had to learn as we go, right? And 2 years ago, we decided to go for it.
Okay, we're going to come, Dan, we're going to come back to you, but Sue, we got to say to you, all right, we're going with it.
Okay, the whole thing started because I make a liqueur that they wanted to take
Oh, you
public.
do not.
And we were looking for vodka that we could buy in bulk, and instead we bought a distillery.
Why not? I mean, truly, here's the deal. A lot of times that's what it takes, is the passion for what you love and what you do. But a lot of times I look at restaurants and I say, I make a good bolognese. I'm going to start a restaurant. They had no idea what all those other moving parts are. Daniel, you got an idea.
I had the idea to maybe buy bulk spirits from another company in California.
Or work with a distillery.
What was that?
Or work with a local distillery.
Or
to
work with a
kinda
local
team up
distillery.
with us.
And then we had a great opportunity come by us where one of our friends was kind of getting out of the distilling business, and we decided we would jump into it. It makes more sense to make our own product than it does to buy from somebody else. So.
I always do the crystal ball thing, so here we are today. I think if you listen to the Modern Eater show enough, Brian, we know the distilling conundrums. Like, what do you go through? Crystal ball time. What do you got 2 years from now?
Well, we're looking to do a tasting room here in Denver. That's kind of what we're focused on right now. Our distillery is currently in Elizabeth, Colorado, so it's very difficult for people to come see us, and we understand that, so we're looking for the opportunity to actually open a tasting room up here.
Distribution, tasting room. What do you figure, percentage-wise? What do you want it to be?
Ideally, it's a really happy mixture of the both, right? Crystal ball in 2 years, maybe we're in multi-states in terms of distribution, but I think by and large what we want to do is share our spirits with our friends and our family, and that's what we can do in a tasting room.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'd say partner with someone who does a really killer ice cream dessert, because that on some ice cream.
Right, right.
Well, that's not.
That is a perfect turkey dinner.
At
for
the
me.
end of the day, I don't know who's going to field this question, but at the end of the day, what's your spirit portfolio looks like?
Well, we're starting out with vodka, the coupe vodka, and then we added the botanicals and made the coupe vodka into coupe gin. We've got a barrel-aged gin. We're also working on bourbon and single malt whiskeys. They take a long time to age, so there's stuff aging at the distillery right now. It's not ready for the market, but when it's ready, we'll be releasing that as well.
Yeah, that's the distilling community.
No, wait. You just said aging gin?
No, yeah, we aged gin.
Throw it in a barrel.
Barrel-aged gin.
Okay.
Why not?
I love it.
You have to do that to bring something. You have to stay alive. You have to
something. Well, that's something different, right? Because gin isn't normally aged.
It's a new thing. I would say probably in the last 10 years, it's kind of coming to age.
Yeah.
Most distillers are taking their gin and putting it in a brand new oak barrel. What we're doing is we're getting barrels from other distilleries to kind of showcase what they've done with our product, and we're aging it for 3 to 4 months and then putting it in the bottle.
Jay here, that's what you call a win-win, right? Because it's you get some flavor from the barrel for your gin, right? And then you can get a discount on the price of a used barrel versus a new one. All jokes aside, Hey, listen, nobody needs brand new gin from a brand new barrel. Not if it tastes delicious.
I got to go back to Sue though. Sue, you down with the brown?
I'm down with the brown.
You down with the brown, Mama? Because when the brown is ready, problems are over.
Greg, what's the flavor
wait, hold
profile
on. That's a big question there. So the brown, what are you doing? Are you stockpiling, or what kind of consistency are you putting that out with?
Well, we're doing vodka and gin primarily.
Yep.
So when there's time in the distillery, we'll actually put a batch of bourbon together or a batch of single malt together. We do make a vodka product out of 100% malted barley. It's called Tudors because Sue and Alex's last name is Tudor.
Get it, guys? Get it?
I do get it.
So we're using some of the barley from that to actually put away.
Is it spelled Tudor or Tudor?
T-U-W-O.
Down there. Now I'm with you guys. Shelf space. What are you going to do? Vodka's everywhere.
It's been tough. But
good bourbon, good whiskey. They'll take it.
Well, we haven't had much of a problem getting the vodka on the shelves.
Really?
We're in 42 stores. We're self-distributed. It's just Alex and I.
Oh, my God.
Going
Who
around
are
town.
You guys?
Well, wait, you should make us this drink then that you're let's tell us what you're going to do.
It is tough shelf space, Greg, no doubt, but having a product that mixes so well makes it really easy to deal with.
It does.
So I pureed some cranberries. So I just took one of those bags that you get at the grocery store, used about half of that with some rosemary simple syrup.
The rosemary actually came from Sue's garden.
Sue's garden.
Yeah.
Now that seems pretty fitting. What else is in your garden, Sue, while Alex puts this together?
Not much anymore because we sold the house.
Oh, you sold the house.
Now in a condo. So.
Now you're in a condo. I'm a balcony gardener, Sue. Don't give it up.
No, I've got some rosemary and some thyme.
Are you facing east or west?
East.
You're facing east, so you're getting the morning sun.
Right.
I am too.
But it doesn't cook in the afternoon.
No, it doesn't. There's a few things, though. Most of them are herbs and spices. Though.
Yeah.
That'll go, Brian.
Because it doesn't keep things warm in the afternoon is what the hard thing is.
So, guys, what are we going to do with 1 minute? You guys are going to be back many, many times. You've had interest in the Modern Eater Show. What do you think about this community, this Small Business Saturday? Take that minute to talk about other people.
Other people, I always shop small businesses. Whenever I can, I shop small businesses. Not necessarily on Small Business Saturday because everyone else is there.
Dang it, Sue. You're going to make me say something I don't want to on the air, but that's how I want to
do it every day.
Right.
Do it every day. 67 cents on the dollar stays in the community. These guys are bolstering our community. We've got a great drink. We're going to continue because that's what we do at the Modern Eater Show. So we'll thank you and thank Meridiem. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
we'll
guys.
hear about
Thanks
you
for
guys.
having us.
You're going to be here early and often. We'll continue. Thank you, Little Rich. Thank you, Brian Freeman. Thank you, Jay Parker. Thank you, Meridiem. Thank you, Tony Roberts. Thank you, Mario, PB Love Company. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Zymos Brewing Company. This is great. We'll see you next time on the Modern Eater Show.